talking about special days and milestones. So, special days are going to be due dates, birth dates, any kind of special day, Mother's Day. And then, of course, we have all of the upcoming holidays, which are really hard starting tomorrow. I don't know how you feel about Halloween, but it's always that's a weird one because so many of us, there's going to be a million pictures all over social media of everybody's babies dressed up. So it is going to be in full swing in a very short time. So I love that we get to talk about this today. Welcome. I'm so honored that you are here spending the next hour with me. My name is Jennifer Sen, and I will start for anyone who doesn't know me. Almost 26 years ago, I went to the doctor on a Tuesday and was told that I had a textbook pregnancy for twins, which made me breathe a huge sigh of relief because I know twins are risky. And then, oddly enough, since tomorrow is Halloween, I took my boys trick-or-treating for that Sunday night. It was Halloween. I took the boys trick-or-treating. My husband and I went in and out of the car, in and out, in and out. I was exhausted, tired. So I just blamed that on the next day when I woke up and I did not feel my babies moving. I was alarmed for sure, and I had a sick feeling, but I was pretty sure it was okay. And my husband went off to work that day. He worked in the emergency room of all things. He said, well, I guess just call the doctor if you're worried. And I called and they said, yeah, we can get you in at 2 o'clock for a sonogram. So I waited all day and up and down in the orange juice and everything. And I've tried to stay optimistic, but I went in for my sonogram and you know the rest of the story. The sonogram technician saying, I'm going to go get the doctor. And then the doctor comes in and he's pale and strange. I remember this. This is the strangest part too. They told me to drive over to the hospital. Like, how did I even do that? It's amazing what we do. But so I got in the car and I drove over to the hospital and had another sonogram there because I think he didn't want to be the one to tell me, maybe, and confirm it for sure. But my husband actually was at the hospital, met up with him, had the sonogram, did induction for 3 days, ended up with a C-section, and came home to plan a funeral and try to be a normal mother to my little boys. So my life was devastated. I blamed myself. I lived with guilt for years. I punished myself. I punished my body. I was sure that my body betrayed me. I punished my husband for not grieving the way that I thought he should. I punished my boys because I was a shell of a person. I was not as present as I wanted to be for them. And I had another baby just a year later. So I also punished her too because she had a mother. I was too scared to connect with her because I was afraid she wouldn't get to stay. The life I have today is better than I ever imagined because I learned how to integrate my loss. I was so terrified of leaving my babies behind that I figured out a way to bring my babies with me in my life. And that's what leads me here. So for years, I've worked one-on-one with moms and helping them through this pain, teaching them all of these strategies that I've learned along the way, the hard way. And the layer of support that I noticed was missing is in the what inspired me to create the Always Loved Club. So in the next 35-ish minutes, we're going to talk about your thoughts about the upcoming milestone or holiday as it gets closer, because here we go, it's starting. And I'm going to teach you how to learn to set boundaries to protect yourself and ask for what you need for that day and teach you how to create a plan. This is something I do with my clients all the time that is so helpful. Create a plan that makes it meaningful instead of a day that you dread. It's something that actually has meaning now. And then we'll talk about creating new rituals, and you'll be able to create some new rituals that are meaningful and make it feel like you're including your baby instead of just missing them. So my promises to you today are that I want you to leave here today knowing how to tackle each milestone or holiday and having a plan and knowing exactly how to make this plan, how to get through it. And I'll give you the system that you can use every time because they keep coming year after year, month after month. There's always something going on and they're going to keep coming. And then the second promise that I'm going to make to you is by the end of the workshop, you're going to know exactly how to continue working with me, where we dive deeper into the strategies that I know they can help you in your healing and learning to live the rest of your life with your baby still here. So are you dreading a upcoming holiday or milestone? Is there something like in particular that you're dreading?
Maybe like the maybe like Christmas. I think like when I envisioned Christmas, I'm supposed to be like bumping already, like big bump,
Mm,
like people giving gifts, for him. Like I'm supposed to give birth in January, that's why. So I think
January.
it's just like
Okay.
Christmas, maybe Thanksgiving. And then obviously January would be the milestone that was supposed to be my due date. So I'm
What
anticipating.
date? What was your due date?
January 12th. Yeah, it's like one after
You
another.
did one right after the other. Because by then you would have been like, okay, we're in the home stretch. Things are, let's go. We're ready.
Yeah, and since I live in Arizona, my family they were planning to come up in December, and they just recently told me that they were planning up in December to throw me like a late baby shower. So, and they have their tickets still, so they're still gonna come up just to make sure I have company. But
Okay.
just knowing like in the back of my head like that's supposed to be like my baby shower time. No, but at least they'll be there, and I'll
Yeah.
have people there.
Yes, you will. And you've got a great family. The first step is going to be, what are your thoughts? Like, what is it that is, what is that thought that keeps coming up for you? So Shaz, for you, what is it about Christmas that you're telling yourself?
For me, like when I think about Christmas, I it's kind of like the home stretch. Like I'm almost to my due date, so that's when I'm supposed to be, celebrating, and I'm supposed to have everything set up already.
Hmm.
And just celebrating that I'm supposed to have,
That we,
that,
that you're not,
yeah,
no, nothing's like it's supposed to be.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and lots of times people will say like, everyone like I should be over this by now. Or this day it's going to be terrible. Like this holiday is going to be terrible, or this due date coming up is going to be terrible. I know for me, I spent many years dreading like the days leading up to it, and then the actual day when it came, it was fine. So I almost like, I don't know, made it worse. I built it up so much in my mind how terrible the day was going to be and how awful I was going to feel, that once the day actually came, it wasn't at all like that. It was not at all as terrible as I thought it would be. Yeah, Nicole said just knowing that baby boy is supposed to be here, sharing his first Christmas with his siblings and his mom and dad. Oh, so your baby, Nicole, would already be here. So yeah, and then you have all of these things that you've imagined that this Christmas would be, and it's so very, very different. So do a body check-in, like it was May 14th. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. If you want to, do you want to share his name with us? I love their names. I love to think about them. So then do a body check-in. So first think of like, notice the thoughts you're having, like he's supposed to be here. He is, he was going to be in Christmas. I was going to dress him up. Oh, Ismail so we have Ismail, and Shaz's baby is Isaiah. So here we are with the I names. So then notice the thoughts that you're having. What do you keep telling yourself? This is going to be horrible. I'm going to ruin, maybe for Nicole, it's like I'm going to ruin this Christmas for my older kids. I remember thinking that a lot. Well, this Christmas, I don't even want to do Christmas. It's terrible. Like why would I even celebrate anything? Why would I celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas? And so notice those thoughts. Then do a body check-in. I always love to notice where it is in your body because it always lives there somewhere. So what is that feeling? Is it anxiety, sadness, anger, pain? Where is it in your body? Really, because before you can plan how to spend the day, you have to be really honest about what you're actually thinking or feeling. Would be the first step, is let's just like get really real about what you're thinking and how you're feeling. Where is this coming from? So I am an NLP practitioner. So NLP is neuro linguistic programming, which is just a fancy name of saying like it's that your thoughts create your actions. So I'm going to teach you an NLP concept that I love to teach my clients, and it's called thought reframing. So, what you do is you take an unhelpful thought and then you change it, or you add something onto it. So, an unhelpful thought would be like, I have to get through this day. And a reframing that unhelpful thought would be like, but I can move through this day. I know I can get through this day. I've been through worse days. I've had worse days. So it's just like taking that same thought, but putting it slightly so it's not quite so painful and it doesn't keep you stuck. Nicole said I try to keep positive for my other children. Each day is and has been very hard. It is hard. And doing it with children, older children too, is really tricky. My boys are 5 and 2, and it was hard because they didn't I mean, they knew something was going on. They knew mommy was sad. They knew everybody else was sad. They knew, but their little lives go on. I mean, their little lives are the same every day. They're still hungry when they're hungry, and they still need to go to preschool or whatever they're doing. And to come up with the energy for that is really tough. So I feel for you, Nicole. Another unhelpful thought with example of this is everyone expects me to be okay by now. So the reframe for that is I get to honor my grief at my own pace. So it's like maybe everyone does expect you to do that, but it's sort of like answering your own complaint, if that makes sense. Like maybe, and then another one would be this day is unbearable. This day will be unbearable. Christmas will be unbearable this year. And then the reframe to that would be like, it will be really hard. I know it will be hard, but I can create a plan that includes my baby. I can create a plan that makes it a teeny bit. Nicole said her youngest are 3 and 5, so they know the baby brother isn't here. Oh, it's so hard. There's so many things that we can't control or change, but the only thing and the one powerful thing you can change is your thoughts and the way that you're thinking about things. So I'll just ask you ladies, what is a recurring thought that you have, whether it's about the holidays or just in general, that you would like to reframe? And you can unmute or put it in the chat either way.
I think for me, like I'm thinking this holiday or this Christmas is gonna be hard because I won't have like the gifts that people were gonna give him. But like now, like I'm reframing it as like, or that I like don't want to decorate or anything for Christmas because I'm sad. But I think I can reframe it by like thinking in a positive light. Like now I can't wait to like decorate, but like decorate in honor of him.
Mm, that's
So
good.
like his middle name was Sage, so I'm gonna decorate my Christmas tree the color sage,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
like putting like white angels everywhere, and just
Yeah.
trying to find a way to use this holiday to honor him instead of like be sad about it.
Yes, I think I mean, you can sit in how hard it's going to be, and you're validated to do that because it's going to be hard. There's no way. I'm not the person that's going to say like, oh, just make it so delightful, make it easy, because that's not real life. But why not try to think of it in just a slight, like just changing, and that's what NLP is just like slightly changing the words a little bit to have a completely different outcome. Oh, I love that, Nicole. She has a table with his pictures and candle and the teddy. Decorate in memory of them. I think that it's therapeutic, and I think it sends like a message, to your other children. It sends a message to anyone who's there that their lives are important for sure. So the second step is you get to decide how you want to spend this day. Not everyone else, not what everyone thinks you should do. So the second step, this is the part I wish I had because I was, my babies were born November 5th. So within what, 2 to 3 weeks, 20 days later, I was sitting at my in-laws' Thanksgiving table, feeling like I wanted to crawl out of my skin. But I did it because my husband, who was trying to, you know, do the right thing, just kept saying like, oh, it'll be good for you. It'll be good for you. Everyone wants to see you. You want the boys, want to just have their normal Thanksgiving. Like you can't stay home and we can't go without you. And it was horrible. I regret that because I didn't dare to speak up and say what I really needed. And we didn't make a plan for that. It just kind of was what I was expected to do. So I am encouraging you to please make your own plan, do what's right for you, not what's right for everybody else. Um, so here is another great process that I use that anytime there are decisions that need to be made that just feel too overwhelming. So the first thing is think about who do you want to be with. So we're talking about you both are mentioned Christmas is kind of your hot button. So who do you want to be with on Christmas? Is it just your husband, your partner, your children? Is it your parents too? Are there friends and family and extended family? Who is it that feels really safe and supportive right now? And are there people or anyone in particular who you need to lovingly set a boundary with? Is there someone that you just like, I am not going to be with them this holiday. It's just too much. Um, and so like think about who is in this with you. So what and also when you're thinking of who, you're also there's going to be conversations, right? So what kind of conversations are you willing to engage in? What questions are you willing to answer if there are people that you haven't seen very much yet? And what do you want to avoid? You know, what are you willing and what aren't you willing to be in conversation with people, with the people that will be at this event? And then there is the event decisions. So if we're talking about Christmas, where is the day going to be taking place? Are you just going to be staying home alone with your immediate family? Is it a big family tradition? And this could be the case for anything, like any kind of holiday gatherings, friends, New Year's Eve. Is there like where is this happening? And do you want to attend? If it is something that's not in your home with your immediate family, do you want to attend it? If you do, make the decisions right now or soon coming up to before you go. How long do you want to stay? What would make it easier if you do go? So I suggest always having a plan with your partner, having an exit plan, whether it's your partner or friend or your family member, but have that discussed before you even go. Like, okay, I'm going to go, and if I say, you know, that I need to do this, then that means we're leaving. So give yourself a little permission to leave early if you need to and make that plan ahead of time. Or what would it feel like to skip it altogether? And then the third thing is, what do you need to feel really safe and cared for on this day? Um, like quiet time, do you need to walk in the woods? Is it watching a movie? Is it, staying off social media? Like, what is it that would make you feel really cared for on that day? And then I also want to give you permission. I'm giving you a permission slip to do whatever it takes to take care of yourself because it's really hard and you might feel 10 different ways leading up to that day. You might be all in, you might be feeling really empowered and, ready to go. And then there might be all these things that'll happen. And it's okay if you have to decline an invitation. So I always like to have some go-to phrases ready to go. So one might be, I need to take care of myself today. I'm not up for that right now, but I appreciate the invitation. I'll see how I feel in the morning. Thank you so much for inviting me, but this year has been really hard and I just need some time to take care of myself. I hope you understand. That's it. You really don't have to you don't have to give long explanations. Another one might be like, I really appreciate you including me, but I'm just not feeling up to celebrating this year. So those are always good to have in case, I mean, you never know what comes up. If there's work parties or different things that go on and you sometimes need an out. And here's one that is simple, clear, and works every single time because you don't owe anyone an explanation. And remember that unless someone has been in your exact shoes, they have no place to judge and no, they don't get to put expectations on you. I'll just ask you, Shaz, so do you know what your plans are for Christmas yet? Like I know your parents aren't coming. They are still coming now. Your parents are still coming.
Yeah, they're still coming.
Okay, good. So you'll likely just have something at your house then?
Yeah, usually we do like just Christmas dinner.
Okay, good. And we
Mhm.
do you anticipate that you'll feel up to that?
I think I will. I think me and my husband's family, they're really good at like involving Isaiah, so it makes me feel like he's not forgotten. And
Okay.
they're very careful with like what they say or
Oh,
what they
good.
do. Um, but yeah.
Good. So you know where it will be likely. You already know who will be there.
Hmm.
So I think for you, it's just going to be really giving yourself permission to protect your energy because it
Yeah.
might be a lot.
Hmm.
And it's going to be hard. You're going to be really extra tired. So protect your energy and be willing to be willing to say no if you have to.
Yeah.
Okay. So the third step is to create a new tradition that feels meaningful. So it gives you something. I always think it actually, like, I loved what you said and what Nicole was saying about like decorating in honor of your baby. Like, instead of, I think sometimes it's tempting to feel like, "Ugh, I don't even, like, I'm not even going to celebrate, say nothing about decorating." But if you can do it in the spirit of like doing it for them, it gives you something forward to look forward to. And then I think it's way more comforting that way. So what do you think makes a good ritual or new tradition? So you have to choose something that feels really personal and meaningful to you. So there might be like family traditions or maybe something that you've seen or read about, and it's something that you can continue to do year after year. I always think that's a nice way to think about creating something new, is something that you can share with your future children. It can be something that just lives on forever. And then it's something, I think choosing something that connects you to your baby that doesn't feel like, oh, I've got to do this thing. Like, it's something that you want, that you look forward to. And it can be really private, or it can be, I mean, some people do like a whole, they do benefits or they create foundations. And I mean, the sky's the limit either way. And no matter what you choose, it's not right or wrong. Some ideas, these are just some ideas. We can talk specifically about Christmas since that was on your mind right now. But I know what I did with my kids is, because I did have the older two kids. So we always picked like the angel tree. We'd always get two girls that would be about the same age as the twins would be. And we would buy for them. And then, you donate the gifts to, and I don't know, we called it the angel tree. It was down where we would get the names. So that was always something that was I loved doing that. It was really meaningful. The kids always looked forward to it. And then I felt like I was kind of buying gifts for them because we always picked one where at the ages that they would have been at. One thing I love that one of my clients did was she had a special stocking. And this might be fun for you, Shaz. But she had a special stocking that she hung up and with the baby's name on it. And she had everybody write the baby a message and put it in the stocking. And it was really sweet. And so she just like kept that and she did it every year. And so it just kind of became like and then I think she was gonna, trying to think, because I think she said she was gonna put the ones from like the first year into a scrapbook and then have everybody do it again the second, every year. Have everybody do it and then take out the messages and put them in a scrapbook for each year. And then, it just kind of like tells a story. Like when you look back 5 years from now, you look back at that first year and I don't know, it's just kind of neat to see like the dreams that people had for the baby and the thoughts that they have. And so I don't know, that was kind of fun. But getting like a special piece of jewelry I think is nice. Definitely like special ornaments. We do that still. Yeah, so all of those things. There's tons of ideas that you can come up with, whatever is meaningful to you, because you'll remember these special dates forever. You will never forget your due date. You will never forget the baby's birthday. I mean, these are just like etched in your mind. And so every single time it's going to come up and it's going to be bittersweet. So the key is really not to sit in the suffering. So I had a coach one time, and one of the things that she would always say to me that would always snap me out of it is that suffering is optional. We don't get to, this whole experience is so unfair. We don't get to take it back. We don't get to do it over, but it doesn't have to take you out. It doesn't, no one would ever choose this life. No one ever would choose this ending to your baby's short life, but it doesn't have to take you out and it doesn't have to be painful and hard. And with the plan, you can prepare for these days in advance. and reduce the dread. Because when you aren't dreading it, that's when you get to honor your baby, is when you're not sitting in the suffering. It allows you something to look forward to and celebrate. So I'll just ask you, Shaz, what do you have, what are your ideas for like memorializing or starting a new tradition, I guess I should say, for Christmas?
Um, I haven't really thought that far, but I do like the idea of the stocking thing that you did. I mean, that you mentioned, and
Yeah.
also the angel tree. Me and my husband was talking about that because they do that at our church. So I think that would
Yes.
be like something fun. And
Yeah.
then, like I mentioned earlier, just decorating his
Yeah.
for him, and we have like a special shelf in our house. So just making it, like Christmas themed.
That'd
Um,
be cute. Yes, I love
yeah.
that. That was another one one of my clients did was she had a just like the baby had their own tree. And so she would decorate it, just for them. And I love that too. I thought that was a good idea. So yeah, if you have a shelf, that'd be perfect for something like that too. So I don't know what brought you here to be with me tonight, but I want to encourage you to take the road that has a proven path. I have all of these techniques because you have to live with this grief for the rest of your life, or you can do it all yourself. But not having a path looks like doing it alone, scrolling for answers, being on the web, being in those Facebook groups that are really kind of terrible, without someone there to give you real guidance or answers. And maybe you're in therapy, but you're frustrated because your therapist doesn't really have experience with dealing with exactly what you're dealing with. So you feel sometimes worse leaving there. Are you looking for ways to stop the suffering? But instead, you're just stuffing the pain down and just pretending you're okay because you feel like you should be okay by now and you should be over it. But what if there was a path that you could take to learn to release that guilt for good? Because guilt is my specialty. I lived with guilt for so long and I really figured out how to change my thinking, change my brain to get rid of that guilt because it seeped into every single area of my life. So if I could teach you to get confidence to handle any situation or make sure that you don't have to worry, but imagine being in a community of other moms just like you who have expert help from someone who's been there and learned new ways that will serve you the whole rest of your life because this baby loss grief is not going away. So that's why I'm inviting you to join me in my Always Loved Club because here we remember our babies. We know that they are always loved because they are with us forever. And learning to live with losing your baby is something that takes time and intention because this experience is not natural. Moms are not supposed to lose their babies, and the people around you just don't know how to help you. You'll never have to explain in here, you'll never have to explain why you're not over it. It's the safe place for you. It's the place you wish you knew about the first day you knew you were losing your baby. It's what I wish I had because I loved to talk to other moms that had been through this experience because I gained so much insight and all I wanted to know from them was how did you do it? Like how did you survive this? So you'll be in a place where you can say all the things that you can't say to other people because you know how it is on the outside world. No one really thinks the way that we do because they just can't seem to understand. You'll have access to a private off social app group where you can get help anytime you need it, whether it's during the day when grief is weighing on you, 3 a.m. when you're scrolling and sleepless. You'll also have replays to any workshop we do, including this one, on all the topics that are important because this is a process of learning to live this life now without your baby. Most importantly, I'm going to show you how to integrate your baby's memory into everyday life. So you don't ever have to feel like living your life you have to make a choice between living your life or honoring your baby, or that being excited and joyful means that you're going to forget your baby. You don't have to stay stuck in pain. It's not necessary to remember your baby. And I'll teach you that living your life is truly how you fully honor your baby's memory. As a founding member of this incredible group, together we will create the place to be for all moms who've lost their babies because it's the most supportive option out there. And I've looked at everything and it's built by other moms who know what it's like. Together we will celebrate each other's babies, we'll celebrate each other and create the kind of lives that your babies would be so proud of. here's a little look inside. Here's just what it looks like, the chats that you can get into. You can ask me questions specifically. You can have access to me, you know, anytime. I'm in there all the time with daily inspiration. You can chat with each other. So it's just a really great space, and it's not on social media, which is the best part because sometimes it's hard to get stuck in that scroll of everybody else's stuff. If you join right now, you'll get this special introductory price for just for $20 the first month, and then 47 a month after that. You can cancel anytime. But I promise you for $2, less than $2 a day, it is so worth it. So I'm going to put the link in the chat if you want to check it out. Let's see, where's my chat? Where did that go? There it is. Okay, there's the link to it. Use the code ALC20 to get signed up today. So also, this is so exciting. I have a brand new course called the Stillbirth Roadmap. It is releasing on my twin's birthday on November 5th. So I want you to be on the ground floor of helping me make it like the most comprehensive course of its kind because I think it's so I want something where moms can go to and just learn and just have strategies and have processes that they can do because no one talks about this. No one tells you this. You're all of a sudden left with nothing. So being right in the ground floor of this, you can help me be sure that it is so good. And because of that, you will have an amazing price. Anyway, so this is the information. We do monthly workshops. You get access to all the replays. I get in there every day with daily inspiration. You can have access to other moms chat anytime. There's a space where you can ask me anything that you want to ask me. We do coaching hangouts where you can come and just listen, you can get your questions answered, we can just talk, whatever you want to do. We do those a couple times a month. Every third month we bring your partner in too, because I think that is such an important piece of it because it's so hard on relationships. And I think it helps them understand us a little bit better. And we can and then I get a chance to kind of get my hands on them and help them a little bit too, and so much more. So I would love to see you in there. I would love it so much if you would join in the membership. This is the last webinar. I can't believe for October I've done 4 weeks in a row, and it's been so amazing. I so appreciate you being here with me and engaging.